Hello everybody, San here, engineer, MBA, and investor. And in today's video, I want to talk about CRISPR Therapeutics and Vertex basically announcing that their leading program, Casgevy, has now gotten the green light from NHS, of course, the healthcare regulatory body in England, in the country of England. And of course, people have to be reminded England is no longer part of the euro. So that is why they have, and they can make these types of decisions, which they just did here in this press release. And this is big news. This is matters. It matters for numerous reasons. And I want to talk about it all here in this video. So first of all, I think a lot of people need to be reminded that for Casgevy, for example, the technology has been approved by these regulatory bodies. And because the technologies have been approved, the next logical challenge is the commercial side, or specifically, how do you make money from this program? Now, in the past year, a lot of naysayers have said that this program will not make more than just a couple of millions, that 2024 was such a flop in terms of revenue generated, considering this program was approved in the late 2023, very late 2023. And this press release kind of goes and supports all the bullsayers, which are saying that 2025, 2026 are the positive year for this company and for this program. When I mean company, I mean CRISPR Therapeutics, of course. This channel covers CRISPR companies, and CRISPR Therapeutics own 40% of this program. So it's worth, of course, specifying that this company, CRISPR Therapeutics, is going to be successful if this program is successful, even though if they only own 40%. 40% is still a lot. And don't forget, you guys got to remember, once they start making more money, nothing stops Vertex from saying, you know what, we don't want to just own 60%. We want to own 90%. We want to own 95%. We want to hold the whole thing. Here's a couple of billions. Who knows? I'm not saying it's going to happen. That's just speculation. I don't have inside information. But these are the type of deals I think you have to look out for, because that's the whole point of these CRISPR companies. Get a program out there, get it commercially available, get it successful, and then move on to the next disease that you may want to tackle, and of course, rinse and repeat. There are 17,500 patients in the UK alone that could benefit from Casgevy alone. Let's get it in the press release itself, right? So, of course, Yair here, member of our community. I could have covered like a press release from Vertex directly, but I want to give a shout out to one of our members, of course, as I usually do in this channel. So Vertex says the following. Vertex announces Casgevy reimbursement agreement for the treatment of sickle cell disease. Agreement means eligible sickle cell disease patients in England now have access to Casgevy. Agreement for Casgevy in beta thalassemia was reached in August of 2024. So beta thalassemia, we already had the big win last summer rather. And now we have sickle cell disease. Now, obviously, Casgevy tackles both of them, sickle cell disease and beta thalassemia. So now we have both of them, blood disorders, now covered by the UK health regulatory body, which basically means insurance of specifically England. I shouldn't say UK, I should say England here. That insurance healthcare coverage of the government in England is now going to cover every single patient, and those patients don't have to pay up for it because, of course, the nation's healthcare program is covering it. And I want to take a look here in this thread here. Let me like this. I don't know why I didn't like it, and let me repost it, of course. So here it says a couple of things here. Let's take a look here. There's that agreement press release a while ago. I'm not going to cover this here. And I want to remind people, UK was actually the first region to approve Casgevy or anything related to Casgevy, even before the FDA and Middle East and so on, right? So according to British Sickle Society, approximately 17,500 patients in the UK have sickle cell disorder, and 79 born babies born in the UK carry sickle cell trait. Okay, so that means if you do a basic napkin math, because you know it's $2.2 million US per therapy, and you multiply that with 17,500, which again, it's unfair, you cannot do that, and we'll get to that in just a second. But if you just speculate on that, we're looking at $38.5 billion market potential just for sickle cell disease. Now, obviously, Casgevy is not going to be able to treat all those patients. Obviously, that's not how it works. However, if you even assume 10%, which is what Yair is doing here, 10%, which I think is quite conservative. I would go up 20% here, but let's just say 10% for the sake of, argument here. Casgevy alone can generate a total revenue of $3.85 billion, which again, because CRISPR Therapeutics own 40% of that revenue, it's $1.54 billion. Now, double that, because I think 10% is way too conservative. You're not going to have this type of press release and that type of coverage from the England government if you're only going to be covering 10% of the 17,500 total patients. I think they're more looking towards 20 and upwards. If you look at 20%, that figure jumps to $3 billion, over $3 billion just for CRISPR Therapeutics alone, and of course, $7 billion for Vertex in total revenue, and of course that has to be shared, split to CRISPR Therapeutics. That's just huge. That is so bullish, guys. I am so bullish on this. These are the type of news that you have to look out for. If you guys remember, I always said in this channel, you gotta be able to look and see through the noise. You gotta be able to see the signal and ignore the noise. You have to be able to filter out the noise. There's a lot of smoke going on in this bear market. You have to be able to look through it, and this type of press release solidifies the thesis that CRISPR is here to stay, that Casgevy is a successful program and will be successful in the next few years. So that's what I wanted to cover, this press release here. Big win for all patients in England. I just hope other regions around the world, such as in Europe, maybe you're looking Canada, Switzerland, I hope they also go through this type of agreement with their nation healthcare system. I just think it's a big thing. I think it's for patients. And of course, it's a big win for CRISPR Therapeutics and Vertex, money-wise, commercial-wise. And they deserve it. They put up billions of dollars over the years and a lot of efforts, a lot of naysayers. This has been a roller coaster for these two companies over the years. And to see this play out the way it's playing out, I just love it. Now, unfortunately, the price-wise, stock-wise, it hasn't reflected over time. We've been in a bear market. We're still in a bear market. We suspect in this channel that 2025 is where the tides turn. We believe where the tables turn. And we believe in this channel that we will now enter potentially in a bull market for the next few years. Not financial advice. You guys got to do your own research. So I want to end this video like this, guys. As always, subscribe if you're not. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. It helps our channel, helps our videos get on people's homepage. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Thank you.